welcome. We are going to be talking about Growth Friday today. The session today is going to talk about open houses, and we're going to explore a tool that you are probably paying for and you're not taking advantage of it. If you are a member of one of the 16 associations in Maryland, which gives you access to Maryland Realtors, and then gives you access to the National Association of REALTORS, we do have that tool known as RPR. It has been with us for roughly 10 years or a little bit more. Every time you make that yearly bill, a portion of that money goes to that particular tool. So you're already paying for it. I am just going to focus on the reports that are available for you to use when you are doing open houses. Stretch yourself as well to use the reports beyond the open houses as well. Let's connect on social media. Any of those platforms, I go by my first and last name, Brenda Kasuva, or you can find me with Training with Brenda is the other way that you're able to find me. Our website, Training with Brenda, provides you with the classes, and our email address is displayed. When you go to Brenda Kasuva website, we are able to also share with you what is coming up, and the other way you can connect with us on social media. We are growing, and therefore we have courses available that you're able to invest and explore the topics further. For example, today with our example of open houses, some of you might want to explore using digitized type of sign-in sheets. Instead of people signing in on a piece of paper and you're not able to read their handwriting, we do have a course that explores what you're able to do for no extra cost to you using the platform of Google. So if you have a Gmail, you automatically have access to what they offer as Google Forms. And so we have a course that talks about that. And then some of us might also want to start using QR codes. We also have a course available to where if you're doing an open house, the person scans the QR code and you're able to direct them to whatever website you want them to explore further. So those are two sessions that are available if you go to brendakasuva.com. Let's not discount what is available on YouTube University as well. Our library is growing there as well. You can get at least 12 videos there that you're able to expand upon. We ask for you to subscribe in order for you to get alerts when we present those videos. We're going to now go ahead and talk about why it is you are here. And the conversation today is going to first start off with, if I am introducing you to RPR and you have not set up your account yet, this is where it's going to walk you through those steps. You will visit that website, narrpr.com, and follow the prompts before you even install the application on your phone. So some of us, if you go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store, you are able to find RPR Mobile, which is the application that you're able to use while you're out there in the field. However, for you to experience everything that it offers, you do need to set up your account first on a browser. So to set up your account, please follow those prompts. We're going to start off with where you already have the account set up. Once you have the account set up, you have the opportunity for you to see your company logo, and then you can go on the right-hand side to be able to complete your settings by having your picture. The most important one is definitely going to be providing your MLS information, because RPR is a lot of things. And one of the things that this particular platform provides is giving you a lot of information about a property. And the information is coming from different places. And one of them is going to be the MLS. So you do need to provide your MLS information. RPR is nationwide. And for us, we are lucky that BrightMLS does provide information to RPR. There are parts of the country where if you're watching this on YouTube, your MLS might not be at that point where it's feeding information to RPR, but it's one of the sources. RPR is still going to pull information from public data and a lot of different data sources. The sensors, it has information, as you can see, if you haven't explored opportunity zones, it has that conversation here. It has a conversation when you're tackling an investor client, you're able to get that information. It has neighborhood information, which is what we're going to dig deeper into today, school information. So it's still feeding from different places. One of them is definitely the MLS. So make sure you have that set up on your profile. In terms of support, once you log into narrpr.com, when you scroll down, there's a lot of information or things that you are able to do in this platform. I do want to make sure when you have questions, yes, I welcome them, but there might be times when truly the best person to answer your question are the people who are very, very familiar with everything to do with this particular product. So take advantage of what is possible. You can connect with them, and it is true. When they say anytime, it is true anytime. They are open 24 hours for you to be able to call and ask questions about the platform. Some of us prepare to, dig deeper and let me see whether I can learn it for myself. Therefore, take advantage of the on-demand training that they have. They have videos, they have tutorials, and they have live webinar sessions as well. So that is the platform RPR. The first thing to do is to set up your account, and it's as simple as you going to narrpr.com and follow the prompts that were presented to you in that handout. Definitely have your picture, your contact information, because when you are doing a report, it is helpful for you to take advantage of the branding provided. With the conversation today, I am going towards the side of open houses. And what I want to probably share is let's start at the end, and then we shall work our way backwards to see how this is possible or how you're able to get this done. The neighborhood report is one that answers that question that you might have received, I'm sure, at one point in your business. How is the neighborhood? So this is where with fair housing, we know that it's not based on my opinion as to what I think about the neighborhood. We strive to either give them resources for them to go and check out, or we encourage them to drive around and get a feeling as to the neighborhood. We're there to pretty much provide as many opportunities as possible and not limit the opportunity to where they want to live based on my opinion. So the neighborhood report is one that can help you with that conversation. It's also one, if you have a listing, you can take advantage and have this particular report printed out if you want to. If you normally leave some documents at the property, I've seen agents leave the disclaimers of the property when you have a listing and a little bit summary about the neighborhood. This could enhance that conversation. Open houses is a great opportunity as well. So I'm going to be scrolling down to show you what it has, and then what we're going to do is go through how to have this particular report. Keep in mind, the report, the neighborhood report, is based on the zip code. It is not going to go into details about the subdivision. And again here, thanks or no thanks, depending on how you look at it, this is a national product. So it being a national product, there are a lot of things that we cannot start. We will not have the opportunity to start customizing it too much to where we are, but it does give you the zip code type of a conversation. So we have the neighborhood housing statistics. Median sales price, this is page 2. We have 13 pages. You have the opportunity to take out what you don't like. The median listing price, the listing volume is presented there. The price range of homes sold in this particular area. So dear buyers, as you're looking at houses in this particular area, our price point of majority of the houses is that. And then you see the next one is the 3 up to 350, and then it kind of jumps up all the way to 500. I'm sure you can use this information with a conversation with the seller and also on the buyer side. So an open house, I'm looking to have that conversation presented to the people coming to the open house. So I mentioned this is a national product, and the people I hang out with, we don't pay attention to square footage, but you're noticing that that information is there because, again, this is a national product. Size of homes sold is presented there. In terms of the majority of homes in this particular zip code that I picked is under 1,400, between 12 and 1,400 square feet. The age of homes is between 20 to 30 years in terms of the majority. And as I keep going, that was all on page 5. No, that was page 4. Now we have the conversation of people. This is all coming from the census. So whatever we filled out in the census data, some of it is now being used here. The population, and then as I keep going, now here, this might be a conversation that is of interest to some. Again, you have the opportunity to eliminate what pages you don't want. In this particular zip code, majority of the people that reside in this area do have at least a college education. You can take that to mean a certain thing. Here's where you're being presented that information. Population, age group, in terms of children, majority of them, it's kind of even, but majority of them are in middle school, which then gives you the age bracket of the parents or the guardians or the people responsible for those kids are between 35 to 54. Breaks it down even who I'll be hanging out with are people without children, income house brackets. Majority of the people in this particular zip code earn more than 150,000. So some of us could be using that as a platform for your marketing. The voting patterns are presented there. Economic statistics and charts, income per capita, unemployment rate. Some might like occupational categories. What do most of the individuals that live there do for income, healthcare, and social assistance? And then you have the rest presented there. We keep going. Quality of life. This is where it goes into elevation. Okay. Maybe this might be of interest to some, the super funds and the brownfields. So here's where they're going to be presented with that information. Average commute time that they spent getting around, how people get to work. I think in our area, DC might be a little bit different, but and maybe closer to downtown, the numbers might look a little bit different. Temperature, walkability could be a conversation depending on which market you're in. And then this is just a scoring based on AARP, them providing that information there. So that is all the 10 pages. And then here is where this other page is presenting to us and to the individual. Where does this information come from? So some of your individuals that you meet might want to know that. Then you include that particular page. And then your broker is going to have some preferred partners that they're going to include on the last page. You have the opportunity to remove what pages you do not like. Since I planted the seed as an open house, let's explore what else is possible in this platform. Some of us want to have flyers, and therefore it does have a property flyer that you're able to create. You are able to customize the title, the tagline. Since the information is in the MLS, it will pull up the address and the price and the picture, pretty much basic. And then you are able to put in the description of the property. It It will have this information and then it will automatically be branded. So that is what RPR provides. It is a nationwide product. I do want to be fair to what you already have. So some of us will have access to BrightMLS. And I don't know if you knew that BrightMLS also does have like an open house report. So when I just pulled up this property, it has an open house on Sunday. And when you go, so I'm just showing you another option for me. I like what RPR offers. It's a little bit more pretty for me. And I know there are other platforms that you can use that maybe your broker already provides. I'm showing you all that is out there. When I go to BrightMLS and you go to print, there are these options here. Open house. I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and then you'll make your own decision as to which one you would like to use. I think for me, this is just too many words. I don't know. It could be a little bit prettier. That's Brenda's opinion, but that's what it provides from BrightMLS when I just click open house. The other one, when I click on open house client, it kind of presented it the same. Okay, this is not the best to some, but this is a little bit more, less words, and the layout is a little bit more inviting to my eyes. That's just my opinion. So BrightMLS has the same thing. Let's not discount what else is possible. Your broker could definitely have open house flyers as well. And let me also share this other platform that some of you might already be aware of, and maybe some of you, I am introducing it to you. You're welcome. This is known as breakthroughbroker.com. I mention this website any opportunity I get. In fact, I should start getting compensated for it. But breakthroughbroker.com, some brokers do pay Breakthrough Broker for them to have company branded stuff. For the rest of us, you can still do a lot by accessing Breakthrough Broker. If you type in open house, you're able to also explore some of the flyers that they do have as well. Since the conversation today is about jazzing up or adding some flavor to your open houses, maybe you want to have flyers, and now we're going to be talking about the reports. So check out breakthroughbroker.com for your flyers. You've seen what the MLS open house flyers offer. You do have access to NAR RPR, and I'll show you how you're able to get that property flyer and the neighborhood report. Some of us, we don't have listings at the present time, and therefore you are able to do open houses on behalf of another agent. So take advantage of that. When we are talking about the information going to NAR RPR, that is all based on my account. So someone else at the brokerage I'm at, eXp Realty, will have the listing or could have the listing. I am able to create the flyers myself and have it branded through NAR RPR. And same thing on breakthroughbroker.com. So you are able to do this for anyone that is with your brokerage. Why? Let's get back to agency. Agency presents that the seller hired the company. So anyone in your company is able to assist in getting the property sold, which includes open houses. I will not discount the buyer side. Same thing. The buyer hired the company, and therefore anyone in your company is able to facilitate or help in that transaction. For example, showing the houses. Now, obviously, if I'm going to be doing an open house for someone else, we would have a discussion as to how they want it done. And in Maryland, we do need to talk about, the seller needs to give permission for me to talk about other houses as well, whether that was presented in the listings. So when it comes to what we spoke about is at an open house, We've covered what it is that you are able to do using NARRPR.com. NARRPR. So here, disclaimer, in case I forgot, but I don't think I did, I'm going to echo that Brenda is starting on the assumption that you already have the account set up. Let's get started. I go straight to reports and I start clicking there. Some of us could easily put in the address or the zip code. That's fine. For today's exercise, I'm going straight to where I need to be, which is at the top right. If you go to reports, I have the bell, the doorbell is going to ring for me. I want to create the neighborhood report, and the two we're going to expand upon today is a property flyer and the neighborhood report. Could you start with the address in mind and type it in, or the zip code? Yes. I'm going straight to this route. Either route works the same. When I go to neighborhood report, I am told immediately there are approximately 10 pages that are going to be part of this particular report. If you want to get a look of what it looks like, you can click on view sample, but I already showed you. So for today's purposes, I'm not going to go again through that. And then here's where you're going to be able to go through the fields that you want to be included in this particular report. So if you want everything, that is all selected. I sometimes less is more, but I still want to have my stuff. So in Maryland, since I'm not required to have my license number, I will take that off. Some of us maybe don't have designations, or you only have one, so you just don't want that on there. As you go clicking, let me make sure that I remind us that in Maryland, we would have to have, if you have your cell phone, the work number, office number needs to be checked off as well. You cannot deselect the work number, which is the office number, but you can select your cell phone number. However, I think for branding purposes, we want our cell phone number on there. Broker logo, broker name is fine. If you want your website to show, or their broker website to show, probably I don't. This is a preference here. Office name, probably I don't, and address. Let me leave broker office, and maybe I'm gonna take out title. So when we are talking about the logos, just to make sure we are on the same page, thanks to the question that was presented, we are going to have the entire logo. This is what Brenda is talking about, the Realtor R with the words underneath of it. If you're going to use the Equal Housing Opportunity logo, same thing. You're going to use the entire logo with the words, or eliminate the logo and just have the words. Okay, let's go to the reports. So I picked what it is that I want. I picked the neighborhood reports. I was given the opportunity for me to have a sample. And when I click on the plus sign, this is where I am able to deselect what it is I do not want. So maybe I don't want to include that information for whatever reason. I can deselect that. If I don't want the economic stats and charts, I can deselect that. Here you're given your opportunity to do so. I am going to just, a zip code. I need to put a zip code. So I had put Perry Hall earlier on. I'm going to start a new one, but I want to plant the seed for the end product, what is possible. These are two reports that I generated. One was on 5 days ago and one was on the 25th. What is possible with this report? The public does not have access to this platform. Only realtors do. So the only way I am able to get stuff out is to print it out. So here you have the opportunity to download it. It's a PDF, or I can email it. If I scroll down, which I'll do when I am creating this, you have the opportunity to email it to someone. Any of the reports, CMAs, any of the reports, you're able to email it, print it. The only other way that the public is able to get it as well is if you decided to post it on Facebook. So if you are presenting yourself as the neighborhood expert for Owens Mills, then this is another opportunity for you to share that expertise. You can come here, create the report. I will let you know the link when I post it on Facebook is only good for 30 days. Let me echo this again. When I post it on Facebook, this post and the link is active for 30 days. I do need to recreate the report again, and you can easily just come here, run the report again, get the link, and post it on Facebook. Otherwise, the links are only good for 30 days. Again, opportunities for you to market yourself. For those of us who are mentioning that you're prospecting a certain neighborhood, hopefully this is an aha moment that you have now seen what is possible. I am going to change the address here, and I am going to just select a different zip code. And now what I'm doing, if we are on the same train, is I went to reports, I clicked on neighborhood report, I deselected the items that I do not want to be displayed on the report. So I'm just here. I think my broker logo is the same. Yeah, so we're fine there. And then you have the opportunity when you click on the plus sign to deselect the pages that you do not want. And then all I have to do is two options. I can email it to someone. So right here, I can include the person's name. I can put whatever message I want to this particular individual, any type of report. This is not just for the neighborhood report we're doing. This particular part is available to us for any of the reports that we have available here. Training with Brenda@gmail.com. So I'm just going to send it to myself. I'm going to run it. It's being generated in terms of it's being emailed to that email address that I put, which for today's purposes is myself. But for right now, I want to have it and download it as a PDF. So I'm going to do both of them at the same time. And when it's done, you will hear a doorbell sound letting me know that it is done. Keep in mind to echo what we've covered. Once it's done, these reports are available to you for 30 days. You are able to download the reports, delete them if you want to, run them again, and lastly, post them on Facebook. But right now, we're going to go to the property flyer while I wait for this to be done, but we don't need to wait for it if it's going to take too long. Okay. You made a liar of me. So here we are. I am able to download the report. You've seen this before, where we went through it, and unless we just want to see what is different about Perry Hall in comparison to Owings Mills as we started, the content is the same. Price ranges in Perry Hall, as you can see, are in the 550, majority 550 and above, and price per square footage is that. The size of homes, I guess that relates to the price range as well, are more than 2,400 square feet. Majority of them are 10 to 20 years, a little bit different from the one that we looked at earlier in Owings Mills. And when we get to people, let's see, majority have at least a college education. Age group, this one is also similar to Owings Mills, middle school age bracket. I'll be hanging out with people between 35 to 54. And as we saw in the other one, married without children, and the majority here, income brackets over 150. And then we get into what they do. Looks like healthcare and social assistance is number one in both areas, and then education. And then let's see, commute time, carpool. If you're familiar with these two areas, you're not surprised. So Brenda is going to put it out there. I need to mention to them that we need, well, it does say equal housing opportunity here, and then the logo is here. So that's okay. We have the words here. But surprisingly enough, we don't have the Realtor logo, and yet this is a Realtor product. Interesting. Just a squirrel moment, a sidetrack. And so those are the pages. And again, I did include the resource resource or the source of that particular content. So that was the neighborhood report. Let's get to the property flyer. Let me remind you what the property flyer looks like. It will pull the information from the MLS with the address, what it's offered at, what you're able to customize. Let's set expectations is the title. You're also able to come up with your description as well. The rest is automatically there. So let's go ahead and create one. If someone has an open house, please share. Otherwise, Brenda will find herself to BrightMLS or HomeSnap and find a house that we can use to promote an open house. It is not my listing, so I'm going to safely assume that you are of the same brokerage for me to be able to create this flyer. Does anyone have an open house this weekend? Okay, I am going to use this one because we are of the same brokerage. So even if I am talking about it and you're watching this at a later time, just for me to connect the dots. So this one is, that's the address 5609. I'm going to, on RPR, I'm going to reports, then I'm going to select property flyer. It will then show me, Brenda, do you want to see what it looks like? Okay. And then this is where I need to put the address up at the top. So this is where some of us will start on the home page here. So let me show you the other way, which gets us to the same point. 5609, what was it, Vantage? Yeah, it will find it. This is where, as a sidetrack, but also enhancing the conversation that was already presented, some of us come here to get information for a CMA. And so here's where RPR, if again, you're not sold as to why you should be using this product, this might enhance that conversation to where they give us kind of like a starting point as to the valuation. This is all generated within their algorithms. It has the conversation from the MLS. And then here's where you're able to kind of see, okay, I think I'm kind of close. Keep in mind, it is pulling data from different sources. So the numbers will be off because it's pulling information from different sources. You can always now start to create your CMA. You can even find out what properties they're using to come up with this CMA. And someone earlier talked about, what was it? Mortgage information. If you go to the history of this specific property is where you're able to get that information as well. So there's definitely a lot here. Today, Brenda only wants the reports that I can use at an open house, or for me to use it, leave it at the listing, or for me to post online for others to gain information about the neighborhood. Here, I put in the address, and then I went to report, and then I clicked on property flyer. Oh, I didn't see this earlier. So it helps when you start the other way. Okay, I learned something good today. So what I am seeing here, when you start with the reports side and go to property flyer, it didn't give me the option to select which picture I want. But if I start off, let me make sure we are together. I started off on the home page and I put in the address. Once it populates the information, I went to create report. I am doing the open house. When is this one? Open house is when? Am I just not seeing it right away? When is the open house for this one? I know it says open house. Okay, let me find it here. Sunday, May the 1st. So I went to RPR. I put in the address. It's with someone within my company. They have said, sure, Brenda, do the open house. And so I go to RPR and then create report. I'm going to go to property flyer. Here's where we start off. I might not like that image. It's up to you. Most people anyway have seen almost every single detail about the property by the time they come to visit it. but I like this one for some reason. But you have the opportunity to select which one you want. They then automatically pulled in the remarks. This is a much better way to get this information. So it is a lot. So I'm going to take my time to take out what I don't need. I am going to make some stuff that is going to be bold if I want to. I'm just skimming through this. What else could I take out? This is a lot of reading. Okay, I like that park, so I'm gonna make it bold. Okay, and maybe I'm just gonna end there. Oh, I still have more to clear out. Okay. The entire house. Okay, let me take this out. Okay, there you go. So I have used all of my characters, left with 6. You can make stuff bold, italics. You see what you're able to do. And then this is where you can decide what are some of the stuff I want to show. I'm just going to leave it default. Do you want to take out when it was built and the tax? I'm going to take out school district. This is just my choice. Nothing really option here. This is an option here. And then I am going to do the same thing where if you want to, remember you can always email it to someone. I am going to run it as a PDF because I assume you want to print it out. Okay, Brenda, you do need to have a header. So what can I say about this property? What else could I add to this property? Oh yeah, I like these words. Come see your new home today. I like those words. So I'm just going to copy that. And now I run the report. You get in this by going to the home page, put in the property address, create a report, customize. When it is done, you will hear a doorbell as you heard earlier, and you will be able to access it by going to reports. That particular report or flyer for this purposes is available for 30 days. You can post it on social media as well, but you're going to post on social media. Okay, hopefully you are going to start using this. I say you are paying for it anyway. You being a member of the National Association of Realtors, I look forward to continuing this conversation next Friday, different topics. And for those of you who want to explore a conversation with me, that's a QR code where you're able to get my contact information saved on your phone. If you want to know how to create Google Forms for you to use at your next open house, or the QR codes that you're seeing now almost everywhere, even on any show on TV, they're telling you scan this code, and even advertisements now. So QR codes are becoming the norm. We have in our library the opportunity for you to be able to expand on that. Thank you for watching. You just completed a session that we offer through what we call Growth Fridays. They are offered every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. You're welcome to schedule and attend the next session on our website, trainingwithbrenda.com or brendakasuva.com. We have these 1-hour workshops that are available for you to attend via Zoom, walking you through different tools and strategies to grow in your real estate business. Lastly, subscribe for you to be able to get alerts of future videos that we upload here. Be successful. Take care.